What's up, YouTube? Welcome out to Take a Hike with Jim. Of course, that makes me your boy Jim, right? AKA YaKnow, right here on Take a Hike with Jim. If you ain't done so already, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video and content in the channel. Give us some support. Show some love. We appreciate each and every one of you. Now today, as you can tell, we're not out hiking in the woods. We are actually going to be doing a gear review. Man, we are excited and stoked about the gear review, and plus a little something special on YouTube Shorts for you right after the gear review. So, I wanted to do a video today, and because I've had 2 to 3 sets of gear now, like I've told you, and I kind of want to go through that gear, the gear that maybe I liked, maybe I didn't, but the gear that didn't make the cut, that maybe should have made the cut, or the exact reasons why it didn't make the cut. So I want to start going through some of those things and those videos and different things as we can. Now, a lot of the gear I've already gotten rid of, so I won't have hands-on, but some of the gear I do still have hands-on. So anyway, in saying that, today I want to go over what is arguably one of the most controversial topics on YouTube when it comes to hiking and through hiking the Appalachian Trail. First, or the Pacific Coast Trail, Continental Divide, whatever trail. But first, let's give us a cup of double Java this morning, or this afternoon now. So anyway, check it out. We're going to deal with trekking poles. Very controversial subject. So, I got 3 different trekking poles we're going to review today. And it may surprise you to which is my favorite. I have from price range from up there to about down regular rock bottom level from any kind of a budget. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to start off, and I never have been able to pronounce these, the LEKI, the LEKI, and this thing like is super light, right? And like I said, is the LEKI, that's the name brand right there, LEKI. I can't pronounce it. I'm just a good old boy from West Virginia. I can enunciate, but some of these words I just can't say. And the KHUMBU, KHUMBU Lite trekking pole. So I'll spell it out for you. I'll try to put it on screen if I get the chance. So, but anyway, this trekking pole is the most expensive of the trekking poles I have, right? This came at REI. This was about $130, $135 for the pair at the time. I don't know what they are now. Could be a lot cheaper. They have like this fake cork handle. It's more of a plastic or fiberglass type of handle. And of course, just like the rest of them, the latch pops up. You adjust your strap to where you need it. You have your adjustment. It comes down where you can adjust my adjustment for my body. And REI done a very good job helping me do it, because before I didn't know that I was doing it wrong. Is at 125 on the top and the bottom for my torso, my stride. And then it's got the nice little tighten things here too, so if it gets loose, you just take your nice little tool and you just kind of twist that and tighten it just a little bit if it goes to slip or whatever. And it's got replaceable heads. Now, I want to give this an honest rating here in just a minute, but this is the first, or this isn't not the first, this is the first on the video rather, that we're reviewing. And this is an extremely light trekking pole. Now, the other one to the set is not that light. Don't y'all laugh at me. I got my duct taped West Virginia bicycle rig on my pole for my GoPro, so that when I go out to shoot videos, I no longer have to hold the selfie stick out here, and it's no longer wobbly, whatever. It's just a couple fingers right here on the pole. And being that the trekking pole is light, the bicycle mount is light, and I had to put some duct tape to keep it from moving and different things. I'm going to stabilize it some more. It wasn't necessary. I could use black tape, or I could maybe even fix the rig a little bit different. I don't know, but it works for me. Anyway, so I can carry it with 2 fingers like that, and it's extremely light, even with the GoPro. So that one's a little bit heavier. But coming from factory, these things I think are like they are just extremely light, 6.5 ounces or something like that, 6.6. Not totally for sure. All I can tell you is they are light. I love it, but it may surprise you at the end of my review. The mid-level of the trekking poles that I went with, right? The mid-level of the trekking poles that I started out with when I started preparing for my hike. And when this is about halfway through me selecting gear. Sorry, Meow Meow, the cat was attacking the trekking pole. About halfway through, and this was pretty much on my second round and second purchase of gear, was this bad boy. I watched videos, and I'm gonna be honest with you, everybody told me that black diamond was the way to go. Everybody preached about black diamond, and then they got black diamond collapsibles. Black diamond probably makes just as many trekking poles as Ford makes vehicles, right? I'm just saying. So there's a lot out there. So I didn't know really which one to select. So I selected an ultralight. We need this a little bit bigger. It's a little bit rounder. Don't really have a name brand, but these ran for the pair about $90 for the pair. And I actually got these on military base. I ordered them off military base where I'm a veteran. I do have the right to still shop at the military and stuff like that. And I got these at the military base. But these were about $90 for the pair. One thing I like, they do have the foam handle, and the foam handle comes down a lot more. It does have the adjustable strap. They are fairly light. They're not as light as the first one I showed you, but they're very close, right? Then this one too also has the numbers and on the pole, and you get to adjust as well. Now, something that I learned that I didn't know until REI. Not all the poles have the same numbers on them. So you have to know what your stretch is, your length, and different things, your stride, or you're going to have the wrong pole, right? There is a range. And so when REI helped me figure that out, that's when I started walking and having a very, very good time. But the numbers are a little bit different, but for the most part, I can still adjust it to where I need to adjust it and different things. This will still work for me, but I didn't know that at the time, so I took a big gamble of not knowing that those numbers range, and they're everywhere. It's got replaceable tips and different things. And like I said, this is about a medium weight trekking pole, right? And it's from Black Diamond. Black Diamond is a good, solid name in the hiking industry. And so this one has a little bit going for it, but this is going to be about mid-grade. The only thing I didn't like about this one is, you see how that keeps sliding like that? I've tightened that as much as I can without cracking it, and the tip still runs loose. And coming from Black Diamond, I would feel like that they would remedy this. Now, here's the thing. Also, before they say, well, after so much use, because somebody's going to say out there, mine done that, or it's going to do that after so much use. Just let me say that I only took this thing out maybe 2-3 times, not that many times, because it started doing that immediately, and I kept trying to tighten it, and it was just aggravating, because even when you're putting pressure down, it would sink and different things. So maybe I just got something that was defective from Black Diamond. I'm not for sure, but in saying that, it's only my pairs only went out with me like 2, maybe 3 times because of that, and both of them do that. Both of them do that. So, and I've tightened it down as much as I can. Matter of fact, I took it to a local gear store. They looked at it and they said they didn't know. They just knew that they had that issue with Black Diamond before, but not all Black Diamond, but some of them before. So I don't know, and I don't want to give Black Diamond a bad rap or a bad name, because I really do like some of their gear that they have. So next, last but not least, the third pole that we have on our scale is this simple Walmart OZARK Trail trekking pole. Now, this pole not only comes with the cork handle, it also comes with a rubber guard underneath, which would be amazing for something I just now thought of if my other poles had it, and went from there. But this has a nice cork handle, has an adjustable strap. It isn't that much weight at all. A pair of 2 of these are under 30 bucks at Walmart. Once again, they click, they adjust out. I had some issue with this one, as well as with the end wanting to sink in or be loose when walking or different things. I was able to tighten. These have like this plastic lock washer thing on them, and inside there is a nut with the gears that turn. And once I tightened it down, I never had that problem again. But these adjust out just the same. They're in the same body range. And once again, I got extremely lucky because I didn't know there was different ranges. The tips are somewhat different. These do not have the guard on around them. They have a package that comes with them, but at the time I did not know, because this was my very first pair, right? And the tips on these are replaceable. You can get them at Walmart for a little bit of nothing. Different things. This thing is not that weigh that much. I really like the fact of this black handle being here, and giving it a little bit extra. You have to really grip down and go, or whatever the case may be. They all three brands will collapse, and they go right in your pack when you don't need to carry them. They don't break down. They're not foldables. I didn't go with the foldables. I saw too many videos where hikers and different people had those, and the straps or bands break down, whether out on trail they got even repaired, different things like that. So I tried to go with the military method of KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And like I said, this was my very first set. Now, so out of the OZARK Trail, which is the Walmart brand, which is about 30, I would say 35, 36 bucks for a pair. The Black Diamond pair, which would be a grade up, a step up. This, I feel, is like supposed to be mid-level, not high-end, but mid-level. This brand, now Black Diamond does have some high-end ones, but this one would be mid-level. This was about $90, $95 for the pair. And then we have the ones we can't even pronounce, the LEKI, we'll call it the LEKI, trekking poles that we got from REI, which is the high-end professional pair, supposedly, that, like I said, was like $130, $135 a time. They may have came down by now. I'm sure they have. So in saying that, you probably get them a lot cheaper now. Somebody's out there going to be like, you got ripped off. I know, but you know what? I done the best I could at the time, and that's how much they were, and DoorDash was doing good, so if you know, you know. But anyway, in saying that, this was top of the tier. Now, which one do I use the most, and which one is my favorite, may shock you, because it's two separate poles. Now, either one of these I feel like would have made the cut to go on the Appalachian Trail in 2026, and I'll tell you why I chose the one over the other, and that may surprise you. So my favorite out of all three poles is the Walmart OZARK Trail $35 set of trekking poles. This stick probably has 300-400 miles on it. I'm not joking. I've used this thing for like 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. Everywhere I was walking with me, and the other one, because I have a pair of them that I had been, these are the ones I've had to change out the tips. These are the ones, the handles, I've cleaned them just for the video purposes somewhat. Was dirty, filthy. They have held up tremendously well. And they're my favorite grip. They're just all around, I'm going to be honest with you, for under 50 bucks, Walmart. This is my favorite pole. All my local hikes, everything I've went on up until here recently, this pole, this trekking pole has been my absolute go-to. Love it. Even when I bought the Black Diamond and I bought the other. Now, in saying that, the one that's going on trail with me, the LEKI, right? The LEKI's going on trail with me. I feel that it's just a few ounces lighter than the Black Diamond. I like it, but not as much. I like the handles are okay, but I wish it had that cork handle on it versus the plastic handle. That's one of the only downfalls to this, in my opinion. But it was a few ounces lighter. But the reason why I'm taking it may surprise you. I felt kind of embarrassed to go on the Appalachian Trail with Walmart gear. That's the reason. It was a purchase of, I didn't know, because every video I'd seen, you see thru hikers and all these people, and they're all the time using top of the name or mid-brand gear. And I was like, I don't want to be known as Bobo Budget or something like that as a trail name. And so in saying that, I didn't bring the Walmart gear. I didn't bring the Walmart poles. because of that reason. Instead, I went and I bought what I thought was professional grade, and made a difference because it's professional in the trekking poles. They are a little bit lighter, but all around, I'm telling you, they don't beat the Ozark Trails. They do not. The Ozark Trails, in my opinion, if you're looking for a good trekking pole that you want to take on the Appalachian Trail, it's just my opinion. You might get a hold of a bad set. Maybe you don't like Ozark Trail gear. But it's my opinion, the Ozark Trail, the trekking pole, my goodness, it's worth the under $50 purchase and the under the $50 purchase, and it's worth honestly considering taking on any trail that you want to. And let's just face it, if it breaks, something happens to it, it's going to be easy to fix, repair, or replace on trail, where this one is an REI pole, and it's going to be extremely hard probably to do anything. Now, I do know that in Damascus, at the Outdoor Outfitters, they have this same pole, and they have some of the ends and fittings and different things. And I don't know how universal the ends and stuff are for these on trekking poles. I have no idea, because I've always, like I said, the only ones I've ever replaced is the Ozark Trail. I just recently started using these, even in my local regular trail, my regular hikes. And like I said, I like them. I like them. But they are not my favorite. My favorite is the Ozarks. The ones I'm taking on the Appalachian Trails are these. And the ones that I would never buy again, and because of my experience with the one I had, I would not trust buying the higher brands of theirs because of that. And once again, that's going to be the black diamonds, right? I would not buy another set of black diamonds. Now, in saying that, I'm not putting Black Diamond, the company, down. I do not discriminate against the companies. This is an honest review. I paid for these. I purchased these. They're not asking for a sponsorship. I'm not telling you you shouldn't buy Black Diamond. I'm saying that I personally would not. It's just my opinion. If Black Diamond sees this and they're like, we got to fix this situation, then if you want to send me some poles you want me to try out that you think that compete with these others, I'll gladly do an honest gear review of that. And I won't waver one way or the other. It'll be straight down the middle. We'll start at zero and go from there, just like I have with the other poles. But I will be honest with Black Diamond. I will be honest with any other trekking pole company out there that would like to do that. You can, but I will be honest with you. It's going to be a hard time for you to beat the Ozark Trail. Do your best. I know I don't got a lot of subscribers yet. I know my views ain't up there yet. Maybe one day they will be. But you would have a hard time beating the Ozark Trail trekking pole for its price, for its comfortable to walk with, its versatility. It's easy to switch things, buy things, get things. There's so many things to this pole that I enjoy. So in saying that, that's been my honest gear review of trekking poles. So if you're out there today and you're looking for a set of trekking poles, maybe them three are nowhere in your option, but I want to keep in mind that the bigger price trekking poles don't always mean the better. And you might find a good deal at a local store or Walmart or something like it, and go get something decent. And for people to say, well, this one here is guaranteed that this one's going to make it through the trail. This one right here is a positive make it through the trail. I've got less than 50 miles on this one so far. I still like it, but the jury's still out. I have about 300 miles on this one, and the only thing I've had to do is change out the tip. That's it. So there's nothing else that's went wrong with this in about 300 miles worth of hikes. And when I say 300 miles worth of hikes, your boy wasn't always just fat and out of shape. There were some different things going on about 2.5, 3 years ago than there are now when I started this journey. So, boom, there you go. That's my honest review. That's where we're at. So, you take from it what you may and go with it from there and see what you draw your own conclusions. But I would not spend $100 again for a pair of trekking poles. Never. Because there's too many options out there that are good options and good companies and good budget gear, right? All right, so last but not least, we're running out of time. Last but not least, before we jump off of here, I've started something over on YouTube Shorts called Fill in the Blank. Now, fill in the blank. Let me get a couple of sipping my cup of double Java. Fill in the blank are little YouTube short videos, right? That they're trails that are too short to have their own necessary full video. They're not long enough. They're just like little tourist hot spots, and they got overlooks and views and stuff like that, that they didn't make the cut for the Appalachian Trail preparation, but they did deserve an honorable mention because they got some beautiful views, they're nice places, and different things like that. So that's going to start coming on YouTube Shorts, and it's called Take a Hike with Jim, Fill in the Blank, right? So fill in the blank. So make sure you try to watch those YouTube Shorts. We're trying to get the algorithm to pick those up a little bit. If the ones uploaded today, the algorithm don't pick them up, we'll delete them out, and I'll save one or two of them, and we'll re-upload them to see if we can't get it to take off, and go from there. But we really like that. Also, in the community section, on the comment board, feel free to drop a comment on anything, any of our videos, any of our shorts, and also over on our community page where we generally have some discussion. Make sure that you feel free to comment over there. We'd love to have your comments over there as well. And you know, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button right here. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I only got one more favor to ask of you. If you don't mind, please take a hike, would you?